Okay, the 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee. We have some pretty big updates here, but as always, stay tuned until the end of this video where I'll be sharing with you how you can save 15% off the MSRP on the 2025 Grand Cherokee. All right, let's get started here. The big update is Hurricane 4 turbocharged engine. Okay, so this new turbo 4-cylinder, it's producing 324 horsepower, 332 pounds-feet of torque. Jeep claims that this new engine provides an estimated best-in-class driving range of 529 miles on a single tank. Yeah, I don't know about all that. We'll have to see in the real world how that claim holds up, but Jeep also claims that this new Grand Cherokee, it's got a class-leading 6,200-pound towing figure. Jeep claims that this new Hurricane 4 engine, it's the industry's first high-volume application of turbulent jet ignition technology to improve power and to boost efficiency. Okay, and the innovative system ignites a small amount of fuel in a cup-like pre-chamber atop each cylinder. The burning fuel expands and jets into the combustion chamber, triggering a faster and a more complete burn of the air-fuel charge. So this is supposed to lead to a more efficient and cleaner combustion, and we're going to get improved fuel economy while not sacrificing on power. On paper, all of that sounds great, and I'm not even denying that they haven't put a lot of engineering thought into this, but really all of this engineering is kind of a moot point if this is an engine that simply doesn't last. And if you're just over engineering a product just to pick up 1 or 2 MPGs in the real world, I mean, that's like stepping on a dollar to pick up a penny. I mean, it's not just Stellantis, Toyota, a lot of these companies, they're pretty much doing the exact same thing. Toyota has these crazy hybrid max powertrains, and the fuel economy that they achieve with those hybrid maxes, it's just as bad as a traditional V6 or a V8 engine anyway. I'm sure in the real world, this Hurricane 4 Turbo, it's going to give you that boost up front, so it's going to make city drives and your everyday acceleration a bit better than a naturally aspirated V6. But regardless, let's move on and let's talk about the interior space. So inside we get a new 12.3-inch infotainment screen. The new infotainment, it adds a range of available features, including a 10.25-inch passenger display. We also have active driving assist technology and a premium Macintosh 19-speaker sound system. Okay, Macintosh, not to be confused with Macintosh. Regarding the exterior, we have some new paint finishes like steel blue, copper chino, and fathom blue. Not gonna lie, I am loving that copper. In fact, I love the way the Grand Cherokee looks in general. One of the finest looking vehicles in the class, truly has a regal, stately look about it. We also get a more simplified trim lineup for 2026. We just have the Laredo as the base, then we have the Limited in the middle and the Summit at the top. And for this refresh model, the Laredo comes standard with the 12.3-inch infotainment screen. You get a premium audio system. I'm guessing it's like a no-name audio system and they're just calling it premium audio. But regardless, we are also getting the Jeep brand's Select Terrain 4x4 system, the first time the system has been available on the Laredo trim. Also, the Laredo gets even more standard active safety and security features with the addition of the traffic sign recognition and the intersection collision assist. The Limited obviously builds on top of the Laredo, and it's going to come standard with the silver silk exterior accents. You get the leatherette upholstery, you get a heated second row seating, a 9-speaker Alpine audio system, and an ambient interior lighting as well with the Limited. You can also get 2 packages with the Limited. You have the Grand Cherokee Limited Reserve and the Limited Altitude. The Reserve package on the Limited, that's going to get you 20-inch black wheels, dual pane sunroof, Napa leather seats, ventilated front seats, digital rear view mirror, an integrated off-road camera, and much more. The Limited Altitude package, it provides us with darkened accents, 20-inch black wheels, and it adds the dual pane pano sunroof. Additional options on the Limited include the night vision system, the 360 camera, etc. Now the top of the line Summit, that's going to come with new oak and liquid chrome interior accents, Palermo leather seats, however you pronounce that, with a suede headliner. Those are definitely some nice touches. And you also get the passenger massaging seats, and you also get the driver/passenger massaging seats, the Quadra Track 2 4x4 system paired with an air suspension, and you get that 19-speaker Macintosh audio system with the Summit. Something I really appreciate is even the basic models of the Grand Cherokee. They are giving us the useful safety tech as standard, like the blind spot monitoring and the rear cross traffic alert. These vehicles, they are available in both a 2-row and a 3-row version. So the 3-row, it's going to continue to be called the L model, and that's going to obviously return for 2026. And also for 2026, the Grand Cherokee is still available with the plug-in hybrid system, and that's going to be available in 3 trim levels as well, but it's different from the gas model. So for the plug-in hybrid, it's available in the Limited, the Summit, and the Trailhawk trim levels. And the Trailhawk, Jeep claims, is the most capable Grand Cherokee in the lineup. And surprisingly, the plug-in hybrid, it's only got 470 miles of driving range. So that's less than what they quoted for the Hurricane 4-cylinder engine. Whatever, all of these like driving ranges, it's irrelevant. It's going to totally change depending on how you drive. But the plug-in hybrid, it does retain that very strong 470 pound-feet of torque number. The 2026 Grand Cherokee, it's going to be available for sale late 2025. And as always, I am going to have the official spec sheets and the official press release from Jeep themselves on the screen for you to check out. That way you'll know everything there is to know regarding these vehicles. I personally tested one of the V6 powered Grand Cherokees, and I have to say I was kind of disappointed with it. The overall driving dynamics were pretty sloppy, and the interior was kind of a joke. A lot of that glossy black plastic was slathered all throughout the interior. Didn't really feel that remarkable, but it does look absolutely amazing. Easily my most favorite looking SUV in the class. Of course, 2026 marks the first model year that these vehicles have gone to the turbo 4-cylinder engine, but even the V6 models, I am not exaggerating, I have seen at least 3 of these vehicles broken down on the side of the road. No joke. 3 times I've seen these vehicles parked on the grass. It's not like these vehicles were abandoned because they're too new, right? Like they're too expensive and they're too valuable to just be left on the side of the road. No, that's not it. I'm guessing they just broke down. So there is that. Although that was a few years ago. I haven't seen that since, but I just thought I would bring that up. No car company is perfect, especially today. None of the modern ones are something that you can really trust. I was watching a mechanic on YouTube. I forgot the person's channel name, but they were saying that a lot of these kind of domestic car companies, your Fords, your Chevys, your Jeeps, they're kind of using cheaper components throughout. For instance, AC Delco, pretty much all those parts are now being made in China, and the quality of those parts have gone down dramatically according to this mechanic. That's what they were saying, and perhaps there is some merit to that. I mean, we personally owned a 2022 Ram 1500, almost fully loaded. We absolutely loved the vehicle. It's a top tier driving experience, but honestly, like 6 months into the ownership experience, the vehicle would just start vibrating at higher speeds out on the highway for no apparent reason. It wouldn't do it all the time, but it did it enough times for us to be kind of wary of it. We took it to the Dodge Ram dealership, and of course, they couldn't replicate the issue, right? We just ended up trading in the vehicle. Luckily, we got a lot of money out of it because, surprisingly, things like this Grand Cherokee, the Ram trucks, they do hold their value pretty well, especially when you get a good deal on these vehicles. It's paramount that you get a big amount of money off the sticker price. If you don't, then it's useless. You're not going to really be in a good position. But if you do, a lot of people have come out on top with these Stellantis products after owning them for 2-3 years. The residuals do seem to be rather good. But going back to what this mechanic was saying, what this person was alluding to is it's pretty much like these vehicles are being constructed from like Alibaba parts all throughout. And that could be why our Ram truck started to, not really feel that great out on the highway. Maybe the components that they're using can't really withstand the sheer weight of the vehicle. I don't know. Brand new, the Ram felt great to drive. The Jeep though, even brand new, didn't really feel that confidence inspiring. However, it's been a few years now. Maybe they've improved it over the years. If you own one of these vehicles, comment below. Let us know how you like it. A lot of people were a big fan of the previous generation Grand Cherokee. I know quite a few people who've owned one of those and they're rather happy with it. They have high mileage on it. No real issues with those. But if you own one of these newer generation Grand Cherokees, let us know how it's been holding up for you. Something I was rather pleased with is the Grand Cherokee is an IIHS top safety pick, so that is a good thing. Now, as promised at the beginning of this video, here's how you can save 15% off the MSRP on the 2025 V6 powered Grand Cherokees. You can reach out to AutoCompanion, who is one of the largest car brokers in the United States. He has partner dealerships both in California and in the Washington, D.C. area. If you're not local to one of these areas, he does offer nationwide shipping, but shipping is something you have to pay extra for. On most of these vehicles, it is worth your while to have the vehicle shipped because something like the Grand Cherokee, getting 15% off, that's coming straight from the dealership. Manufacturer incentives are going to stack on top of AutoCompanion's discount. So if you were to lease something like the Grand Cherokee, you can get like an additional $2,500 in incentives that stack on top of AutoCompanion's discount. So when you lease it, you're getting like 10 grand in discounts, depending on the trim level that you go with. I personally recommend something like the Altitude with the 4x4. Regardless of that, the buying method that you choose, well, that's also going to depend on the model. Because I'm recording this video in October of 2025, things like discounts, interest rates, lease programs, incentives, all of these things, they change and update every month. Of course, AutoCompanion's website, it does update every month. So does his calculators. I will get to that in a moment. And of course, the manufacturer's website will also update every month with the latest programs. Now, if you go on AutoCompanion's website, he actually has a free leasing calculator that you can use. Genuinely one of the most powerful free resources that a consumer can use, because it actually shows you the true mechanics of leasing. It'll show you the interest rate of a lease, the residual values, and the incentives that you can get in your local zip code. And the incentives, that is paramount with a Stellantis lease or purchase, because you do not want to be leaving money on the table when it comes to these vehicles. So whether you are paying cash, financing, leasing, doesn't matter. Use this calculator to see all of the incentives for your zip code. There's all kinds of Northeast Conquest bonus caches and military programs, first responder. There's all sorts of things. You don't want to miss any of it. There's literally like over 20 incentives that you can potentially qualify for. This is actually one of the reasons why if I were to purchase a Stellantis product, it would be through a broker like AutoCompanion, because there's just too much regarding incentives and all these like little secret discounts and hacks. A broker can help walk you through and get the maximum amount of money off the sticker price. But you can play with that calc. A Grand Cherokee L Altitude with an MSRP of over $47,000 with AutoCompanion's 15% off and all of the incentives that pretty much everyone can qualify for. With all of that applied, a no money down lease, that's going to set you back $580 a month. I actually also included AutoCompanion's broker fee into the calculation as well. That's something that you pay up front. He does charge a fee to access these deals. He did say that if you mention my channel, he did say that he'll take some money off of his fee, and I really appreciate him doing that for my audience. Regardless of that, I still included it into the calculations, and $580 a month with all the taxes and fees included. Not bad for a vehicle of this size. However, as of right now, in October of 2025, the interest rate on the lease, it's close to 8%. That's not great. And the problem with that is you're not going to be creating much equity in the lease. If this was like a 1% or a 2% interest rate lease, you would be creating a lot more equity. The reason why that's important is because, as I alluded to before, the Grand Cherokee, one of the big benefits of this vehicle is it does have decent resale value. If you just look on Car Gurus, even a 2-year-old Altitude L model is trading for like $28,000 with 37,000 miles on it. That is not bad. That means a dealership will probably pay you like 23 grand or 22 grand within 2 to 3 years. So definitely go on Car Gurus and on Kelley Blue Book to see what the vehicle can potentially be worth 3 years from now. And you should also go to the manufacturer's website to see what kind of financing promotions they have going on. On the Grand Cherokee L specifically, they have 0% financing for 60 months. Sounds good. Seems like a better deal than the near 8% interest rate lease. But this is why it's important to actually do the calculations. Before, I would blindly just say, oh yeah, go with the 0% interest rate finance deal. But you would be surprised, within 3 years, the lease and the finance end up being almost the same exact thing. In fact, in certain instances, you might even come out ahead if you just did the lease. The average person is selling the vehicle after 3 years anyway, so a lease works out better for most people. But if you look at the finance calc on something like calculator.net, after 3 years, you're going to have an ending balance of $18,000. That means you paid in about 27 grand. So if you paid 27 grand over the course of 3 years on your finance, and a dealership paid you like 23 grand, you've effectively ended up paying like $23,000 over the course of 3 years for the finance, as opposed to the lease where you only paid in like 20 grand. So if you're someone who's just cycling through cars every 3 years, surprisingly, the lease ends up working out better. That may or may not have made sense to a lot of people. Regardless of whether it made sense to you or not, all of the resources are going to be linked in the description box below. I've noticed that not everyone is supposed to understand this stuff. This is going to go over some people's heads. Regardless of that, I did my job. I showed you the calculators. You can run numbers on your own time. It's really not that complicated, but it is what it is. I show you the calculator because you can also try and negotiate on your own. You don't have to necessarily use AutoCompanion service. That's why he offers the free leasing calculator to see if you can do better on your own in your own local market. Then go right ahead. Obviously, if your local market is not great, you live in a big metro city and it's hard for you to get good deals on a vehicle because people just walk in and they just simply pay full sticker price for a car and they're not really incentivized to sell you a vehicle at a deep discount, then sure, at that point you can pay and use AutoCompanion service. But I don't know, you might be able to work something out. I mean, when you go on Jeep's website, it's a complete clown show. They got like monopoly promotion money. You don't see that when you go on the Toyota website, I'll tell you that much. You don't see any monopoly money. You don't see any 0% financing on Honda or Toyota's website. Nah, even people with perfect credit, they're paying like 5, 6, 7% in interest for Toyotas and Hondas. So there's a lot of Grand Cherokees out there, leftover units. Use the manufacturer's site, use AutoCompanion, use these sources to your advantage. If you found value with this content, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you again for watching. Take care and goodbye.